We all have those times when negativity sneaks in, sowing seeds of doubt and insecurity in our minds. That persistent voice questions our abilities, our worth, and even our choices, disrupting every part of our lives if we let it. Left unchecked, these mental patterns can snowball, leading to anxiety, a loss of motivation, and even depression. I understand this struggle deeply. I've been overwhelmed by negative self-talk and paralyzing self-doubt more times than I care to admit. Silencing that inner critic to regain confidence was a constant battle. But then, I discovered Stoicism, a philosophy from ancient Greece that offered powerful methods to combat these challenges. Marcus Aurelius, the renowned Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, said wisely, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." This idea changed everything for me. I began to realize that negative thoughts weren't truths, only interpretations, and that I had the power to alter them. So, what are we here to explore today? Our journey is to uncover timeless Stoic principles to help you face negative thoughts and self-doubt head-on. By the end, you'll be equipped with practical tools and insights to confront these inner battles, reclaiming your peace and self-assurance. But remember, this isn't just something to passively read. Stay engaged, think about these teachings, and put them into practice daily. Real change happens through learning, steady action, and practice. With that, let's start our journey into the Stoic way of conquering negative thoughts and self-doubt, guided by Marcus Aurelius's words, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." Understanding negative thoughts and self-doubt. To overcome negative thoughts and self-doubt, we first need to understand their nature and effect. Negative thoughts themselves aren't inherently wrong, they're interpretations shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and conditioning. But, left unchecked, these thoughts can distort our reality and undermine our self-worth. Consider a situation where you've made a mistake at work. A negative thought might pop up, saying, "I'm so incompetent, I'll never succeed in this job." But this isn't a fact, it's a judgment steeped in self-doubt and criticism. Negative self-talk like this impacts our motivation, decision-making, and overall well-being. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Persistent negativity can drain our energy, cloud our judgment, and even impact our physical health. Let's try a quick exercise. Think about a recent negative thought or moment of self-doubt. Either write it down or keep it in mind, we'll revisit this soon. Understanding the nature and potential consequences of negative thoughts allows us to approach them more objectively. We start seeing them as interpretations, not truths, and can begin reframing them constructively. Remember, as Epictetus taught, it is not things themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about these things. With this insight, we can break free from negativity, making way for a more empowered, fulfilling life. Shifting your perspective. One of Stoicism's core principles is recognizing that our thoughts shape our reality. Epictetus expressed this powerfully: men are disturbed not by things, but by the view they take of them. By shifting our perspective, we can transform our experiences. Let's return to our earlier example where a work mistake led to thoughts of incompetence. This isn't a fact but a subjective interpretation tinted by doubt and self-criticism. The Stoics encourage us to reframe these thoughts, adopting a rational, objective viewpoint. Instead of criticizing ourselves, we can see mistakes as opportunities for learning and growth, recognizing that everyone faces setbacks. The Stoics didn't just share theories, they offered practical wisdom drawn from real-life situations. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher and advisor to Emperor Nero, once wrote about a friend tormented by a disturbing vision. Seneca advised him to focus on reality, not imagination, saying, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." Like Seneca's friend, we often let negative thoughts spiral into fearful scenarios that bring unnecessary suffering. By grounding ourselves in reality and adopting an objective perspective, we can break free from these distorted thoughts. Here's a practical, step-by-step guide for reframing negative thoughts. Identify the negative thought or self-doubt and make a note of it. Examine the evidence. Is this thought based on facts or assumptions? Are there other perspectives to consider? Challenge the thought, ask yourself if it's helping or hurting you, or if you would say it to someone you care about in the same situation. Reframe the thought, replace it with a more constructive, rational interpretation aligned with your goals. Repeat the new thought, reinforce this shift by repeating or writing it down. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. By consistently practicing these steps, we can gradually rewire our thought patterns, building a more resilient mindset. It requires steady effort, but the rewards, a greater sense of inner peace, confidence, and wisdom, are well worth it. Focusing on what you can control. Another core Stoic principle is directing our energy toward what we can control, instead of stressing over things beyond our reach. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is invaluable when facing negative thoughts and self-doubt. While we may not control the initial thought, we control our response to it. Will we let it grow into a spiral of self-doubt, or will we focus on what's within our influence? Imagine you've been passed over for a promotion, and negative thoughts start creeping in. I'm not good enough. I'll never advance here. I'm a failure. It's natural to feel disappointed, but dwelling on these thoughts only deepens negativity and disempowerment. Instead, the Stoic approach is to focus on what we can control, our reaction, mindset, and next steps. We might accept that while this outcome wasn't what we hoped for, it doesn't define our worth or abilities. From there, we could look for ways to improve, seek feedback, and explore new opportunities. Epictetus embodied this principle throughout his life. Born into slavery, he faced countless hardships outside his control. Yet, he focused on what he could influence, his mindset, his actions, and his responses. As he famously said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." Following this wisdom helps us avoid being overwhelmed by negative thoughts in situations beyond our control. Instead, we shift our energy to what we can influence, taking constructive action and nurturing an empowered mindset. To apply this, think of a current worry that's causing you stress. Identify what you can control and separate it from what you can't. By focusing only on what's within your reach, you'll find it easier to let go of negative thoughts tied to what's beyond your influence. This simple yet powerful practice fosters peace, resilience, and strength when facing life's challenges. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius taught, the universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it. Embrace these teachings, and let's keep going on this journey to a more grounded, confident self. Epictetus once taught, "It's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters." By embracing this wisdom, you reclaim the power to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and composure. Let's dive into building resilience through Stoic practices. Building resilience through Stoic practices. So far, we've explored powerful Stoic principles for reframing negative thoughts, focusing on what's within our control, and fostering an empowered mindset. Yet, the Stoics knew that true inner transformation requires more than intellectual understanding, it demands consistent practice and the cultivation of specific mental habits. One such practice is the Stoic concept of negative visualization, which may seem counterintuitive at first. As Epictetus wisely noted, no great thing is created suddenly any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. Negative visualization involves reflecting on potential adversities or losses that could happen in life. It may sound pessimistic, but to the Stoics, it was a way to build gratitude, resilience, and a fuller appreciation of the present moment. By mentally preparing for challenges, we're less shocked or overwhelmed when they inevitably occur, and we're also prompted to cherish the good things we currently have rather than take them for granted. A negative visualization exercise. To experience this practice firsthand, close your eyes and imagine losing something valuable to you, a possession, a relationship, or even your health. Allow yourself to feel the weight of this potential loss. Notice how this exercise may deepen your gratitude for what you currently have and foster a humble appreciation for the temporary nature of all things. The Stoics believe that regular practice of negative visualization helps us develop emotional resilience, enabling us to face life's storms with calm and strength. Marcus Aurelius, the renowned Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, embodied this principle throughout his life. Despite enduring numerous personal losses and challenges, including the untimely deaths of several of his children and a devastating plague that ravaged his empire, he maintained his composure and continued to govern with wisdom and compassion. In his meditations, he reflected, "How ridiculous and unrealistic is the man who is astonished at anything that happens in life." By adopting this practice of negative visualization, Marcus Aurelius developed a profound resilience and acceptance that allowed him to confront even the most trying circumstances with grace. As we move forward on our journey to overcome negative thoughts and self-doubt, practices like negative visualization serve as invaluable tools to strengthen our mental and emotional endurance. Regularly reminding ourselves of life's impermanence prepares us mentally for adversity, deepens our sense of gratitude, and builds the strength to face life's challenges with courage and wisdom. Remember, as Epictetus taught, no great thing is created suddenly. Building resilience is a gradual process, one that requires consistent practice, but by embracing Stoic methods, we can cultivate the inner strength to face any obstacle. Surrounding yourself with positive influences. While Stoic teachings emphasize inner resilience and self-mastery, the Stoics also recognized the profound impact of our social environment on our mental and emotional well-being. Epictetus advised, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." Those we surround ourselves with can either fuel negative thought patterns and self-doubt or inspire us to rise above them. Their words, attitudes, and energy can either drag us down or lift us to greater confidence and self-assurance. Consider the people in your life who consistently radiate positivity, encouragement, and belief in your potential. Maybe it's a close friend, mentor, or family member who supports and uplifts you during moments of self-doubt. Now, contrast this with others who may perpetuate your negative thoughts, often quick to criticize or project their insecurities onto you. The Stoics understood that by limiting exposure to negative influences and nurturing positive relationships, we could significantly enhance our mental and emotional state. Think about Monkey D. Luffy from the anime One Piece. His journey toward becoming the Pirate King is marked by a supportive crew who believe in his dream and encourage him through every setback. Characters like Zoro, Nami, Sanji, and Chopper contribute their strengths and their unwavering belief in Luffy, fostering resilience in both him and themselves. Now imagine the challenge for someone entrenched in a toxic social environment, surrounded by criticism and doubt. Their self-doubt becomes harder to overcome when reinforced by negative influences. To apply this Stoic wisdom to your own life, consider the following. Evaluate your social circle, identify people who uplift and encourage you, as well as those who reinforce negative thought patterns. Limit exposure to toxic influences, gradually spend less time with negative influences and prioritize supportive, positive relationships. Seek out uplifting communities, find groups or mentors aligned with your values and goals, they can provide essential inspiration and motivation. Mind your influence, strive to bring positivity to your relationships, just as you seek it from others. As Epictetus advised, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences creates an environment that supports the work of overcoming negative thoughts and embracing our full potential. While this journey requires conscious effort, the rewards, greater confidence, resilience, and the ability to face life's challenges with encouragement, are invaluable. Gratitude and contentment. At the core of Stoic philosophy is the profound understanding of gratitude and contentment. These principles act as powerful antidotes to the negative thoughts and self-doubt that often creep into our lives. As Marcus Aurelius eloquently stated, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours." These words capture the essence of gratitude, the practice of truly appreciating the blessings we already possess instead of endlessly yearning for more. Imagine the weight that could be lifted if you focus on the positive aspects of your life rather than what you feel you're missing. The Stoics believed this shift could have a profound effect on our mental and emotional well-being. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized, "It is in no man's power to have whatever he wants, but he has it in his power not to wish for what he hasn't got and to make the best of what he has." To put this into practice, let's try a simple gratitude exercise. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and consider 3 aspects of your life that you're truly grateful for. Allow yourself to savor and appreciate these blessings fully. As you savor these blessings, feel the warmth of gratitude spreading through you. When you open your eyes, notice any subtle shifts in your perspective. Do you feel lighter, more present, and less burdened by negative thoughts or self-doubt? This is the transformative power of gratitude and contentment. Acceptance and letting go. Closely intertwined with gratitude and contentment is the Stoic practice of acceptance and letting go. Epictetus wisely advised, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and you will go on well." This teaching highlights a profound truth: much of our suffering and negativity comes from resisting reality and clinging to our expectations. By accepting situations as they unfold, without judgment or resistance, we can foster a deep sense of peace and freedom from self-doubt. Take the example of a student who has prepared diligently for an important exam, only to receive a disappointing grade. If they fixate on the outcome they desired, they're likely to spiral into negative self-talk and doubt. But by embracing the Stoic principle of acceptance, they can acknowledge the situation without self-criticism. Rather than dwelling on what cannot be changed, they redirect their energy towards constructive next steps. This principle was powerfully embodied by Marcus Aurelius, who, as Roman emperor, faced countless adversities and challenges. In Meditations, he wrote, "How ridiculous and strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life," a reflection of his deep understanding of life's impermanence and unpredictability. He recognized that resistance and attachment to expectations only lead to suffering. By accepting the ebb and flow of circumstances with equanimity, Marcus navigated even the most tumultuous times with grace and wisdom. The Stoics understood that true freedom lies in letting go of our resistance and accepting what is, instead of battling against reality. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Nothing happens to anybody which he is not fitted by nature to bear." Think of a situation you have resisted or struggled to accept. To practice this principle, take a few deep breaths and consciously release that resistance, allowing yourself to accept the reality of the situation without judgment. Notice how acceptance can alleviate the burden of negative thoughts and doubt. By releasing the need to control the uncontrollable, we create room for peace, clarity, and wisdom. Self-reflection and growth. While Stoic teachings provide powerful tools for dealing with negative thoughts and self-doubt in the present moment, the ancient philosophers understood that lasting transformation requires a commitment to self-reflection and personal growth. Epictetus encouraged, "When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your failings. You will grow better for being reproved, and you better yourself by this wholesome exercise." Here, he speaks to the value of self-reflection, the practice of turning inward to examine our thoughts, beliefs, and actions honestly. Through self-reflection, we can identify areas for growth, confront blind spots, and cultivate the awareness necessary for true development. Imagine a situation in which you made a mistake or faced a setback, triggering a wave of self-doubt. Instead of ruminating on these thoughts or projecting blame, the Stoic approach is to engage in self-reflection. Ask yourself questions like, what role did my actions or assumptions play in this outcome? What can I learn from this experience? How might I approach similar situations with greater wisdom and resilience in the future? By adopting this mindset of self-reflection and growth, we shift our focus from self-criticism to empowerment and continuous improvement. The Stoics recognize that personal growth is a cyclical process of reflection, learning, and applying those lessons. It requires a willingness to confront shortcomings and see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than sources of self-doubt. One inspiring example is Epictetus himself. Born into slavery and subjected to numerous hardships, he could have easily succumbed to bitterness and self-pity. Instead, he chose a path of profound self-reflection and growth. Through this unwavering commitment to examining his own mind and actions, Epictetus developed a transformative understanding of human nature and the path to inner freedom. His teachings have resonated through the centuries as a testament to the power of self-reflection. To incorporate this practice into your life, set aside regular time for self-reflection, whether through journaling, meditation, or simply moments of quiet contemplation. During this time, ask yourself honest questions about your thoughts, beliefs, and actions, approaching yourself with curiosity and compassion. When moments of failure or self-doubt arise, use them as opportunities to grow. Rather than succumbing to self-criticism, turn your attention inward. Look for the lessons to be learned, blind spots to be illuminated, and steps to move forward with greater wisdom. Remember Epictetus's teaching, seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves. By committing to Stoic self-reflection and growth, you unlock the key to overcoming negative thoughts and self-doubt from within. This journey requires courage, honesty, and humility, yet the rewards are immense, a deeper sense of self-awareness, resilience, and the ability to meet life's challenges with grace. Stoic quotes on negative thoughts and self-doubt. The ancient Stoics left us a treasure trove of wisdom for overcoming negative thoughts and self-doubt. Here are some of their most powerful insights. The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it. Marcus Aurelius. Our thoughts shape our experience of life, reminding us of the power we hold to alter our perspective. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Marcus Aurelius. Our suffering stems not from external events but from our judgments about them, which we can change. How ridiculous and unrealistic is the man who is astonished at anything that happens in life. Marcus Aurelius. Stoicism teaches that acceptance, rather than surprise or resistance, is key to maintaining inner calm. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Our recurring thoughts shape our inner world. Negative thinking breeds negativity, while positive thinking fosters resilience. It is not the things themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about these things. Epictetus. Events are neutral, it's our interpretations that determine our peace or distress. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things beyond the power of our will. Epictetus. True contentment comes from focusing on what we can control. It's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus. We may not control our circumstances, but we can always control our response. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. Epictetus. Our perception, rather than events themselves, is the root of our inner turmoil or peace. Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and you will go on well. Epictetus. Acceptance, rather than resistance, is the path to tranquility. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Seneca. Our fears and anxieties are often more distressing than reality itself. Nothing happens to anybody which he is not fitted by nature to bear. Marcus Aurelius. We have within us the resilience to handle whatever life brings. Remove the judgment, and you have removed the thought, I am hurt, and the hurt itself is gone. Marcus Aurelius. When we let go of judgment, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Until we have begun to go without them, we fail to realize how unnecessary many things are. Seneca. This wisdom reflects the essence of Stoic fulfillment, not from acquiring but from cultivating our inner resources. The journey to overcome negative thoughts and self-doubt is a continuous one, a lifelong commitment to personal growth, self-reflection, and living well. By changing our perspectives and reactions rather than trying to control the uncontrollable, we open a path to resilience, peace, and self-empowerment. Simplest food. Why? To remind himself that he could survive and thrive even in the worst conditions. I'm not saying you need to give up your comfy bed or favorite snacks, but there's power in deliberately stepping out of your comfort zone. Here's why embracing discomfort is an energy saver. 1. It builds resilience. The more you practice handling discomfort, the less energy you waste worrying about potential discomfort in the future. 2. It reduces anxiety. When you know you can handle tough situations, you stop wasting energy on what-if scenarios. 3. It increases appreciation. After experiencing discomfort, you're more grateful for the comforts you do have. So how can we practice embracing discomfort in our modern lives? Here are some ideas. 1. Take cold showers. Start with 30 seconds and work your way up. 2. Fast for a day. It's not just good for your body, it's a powerful mental exercise. 3. Do what you're avoiding. Have a difficult conversation. Tackle that challenging project or clean out that messy closet you've ignored. Let's look at a real-life example. Meet Tom, a marketing executive who always avoided public speaking. Just the thought of it drained his energy and filled him with anxiety. Inspired by Stoic principles, Tom decided to embrace this discomfort. He volunteered to give a presentation at the next team meeting. Before the presentation, he practiced negative visualization. Imagining the worst that could happen during the presentation, he focused on what he could control: preparation, attitude, and delivery. The result: while the presentation wasn't perfect, Tom survived. More than that, he felt a surge of confidence and energy afterwards. By facing his fear head-on, he reduced its power over him. Embracing discomfort doesn't mean you have to be miserable. It's about expanding your comfort zone bit by bit. It's about proving to yourself that you're stronger and more capable than you think. Remember, growth happens outside your comfort zone. By willingly stepping into discomfort, you're not just saving energy but generating it. You're building the strength and resilience to handle whatever life throws your way. We've covered 5 powerful tips so far and are now diving into the final 5. These Stoic practices will help you master your energy and live a more fulfilling life. Let's jump right in. 6. Practice gratitude. Alright, let's talk gratitude. The Stoics were big on this, and for good reason. Practicing gratitude is like giving your mind a positive boost. It helps you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, and that's a major energy saver. Marcus Aurelius, our philosopher emperor, started each day by reminding himself of the good things in his life. He wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." You might think that's easy for an emperor to say, but here's the thing: gratitude isn't about having everything, it's about appreciating what you do have, no matter how small. Let's look at a modern example. Meet Lisa, a busy mom. Juggling work and family life, she often felt drained and overwhelmed, focusing on all the things she hadn't managed to do each day. Inspired by Stoic teachings, Lisa started a gratitude practice. She'd write down 3 things she was grateful for each night before bed. At first it felt a bit forced, but as she kept at it, she started noticing more positive of things throughout her day. One day her gratitude list looked like this: 1. My daughter's laugh during our bedtime story. 2. The delicious coffee my colleague brought me. 3. The beautiful sunset I saw on my drive home. As Lisa kept up this practice, she felt more energized and positive. The energy drainers in her life, the messy house, the work deadlines, didn't disappear, but they seemed less overwhelming in the face of all the good things she was noticing. Here's a challenge for you: start a gratitude journal each day. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things: a warm cup of tea, a kind word from a friend, a moment of peace on a busy day. Watch how this simple practice starts to shift your energy and perspective. 7. Live with intention. Next up, we're talking about living with intention. The Stoics believed that living a good life meant living in accordance with reason and virtue. In other words, they were all about being intentional with their thoughts and actions. Epicus said, "First say to yourself what you would be and then do what you have to do." This is all about setting clear intentions for who you want to be and how you want to live. Living with intention is a powerful way to manage your energy because it helps you focus on what truly matters to you. When you're clear about your values and goals, it's easier to say no to energy-draining activities that don't align with your intentions. Let's look at an example. Meet James, a recent college graduate. Starting his first job, he found himself saying yes to every social invitation and work assignment, leaving him constantly exhausted and stressed. Inspired by Stoic philosophy, James decided to make his intentions clearer. He asked himself, what kind of person do I want to be what are my core values. After reflection, James realized that while he valued friendships and career growth, he also needed time for his health and personal development. He set clear intentions to a reliable friend and colleague, but also to prioritize his well-being, to excel at work but not at the expense of his personal life, to develop new skills including learning a new language. With these intentions in mind, James found it easier to make decisions about how to spend his time and energy. He started saying no to late night outings when he had early mornings, and he set boundaries at work to ensure he had time for his language classes. The result: James felt more energized and fulfilled because he was living in alignment with his intentions. Here's an exercise for you. Take a few minutes to write down your intentions for the different areas of your life: work, relationships, personal growth, health. Use these to guide your daily decisions and watch how they affect your energy levels. 8. Reflect on your day. Now let's talk about the power of reflection. The Stoics were big on self-examination. Seneca advised, "I will keep constant watch over myself and most usefully will put each day up for review." This practice of daily reflection is like a check-in with yourself. It helps you learn from your experiences, celebrate your wins, and identify areas for improvement. And when it comes to managing your energy, it's a game changer. Here's how you can put this into practice. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to ask yourself: 1. What went well today? 2. What could I have done better? 3. What did I learn? 4. How did I manage my energy? Let's look at how this worked for Rachel, a high school teacher. Rachel often felt drained at the end of the school day, unsure of whether she'd made any real impact. She started a daily reflection practice, jotting down quick answers to these questions before leaving school each day. Here's what she discovered: she was able to celebrate small wins she might have otherwise overlooked, like a struggling student finally grasping a concept. She identified patterns in what drained her energy, like unruly classes. Right after lunch, she could plan improvements for the next day, like introducing a short mindfulness exercise after lunch to help students refocus. Over time, this practice helped Rachel feel more satisfied with her work and better equipped to manage her energy throughout the day. Give it a try yourself. Set a reminder on your phone for a daily check-in. It doesn't have to be long. Even 5 minutes of reflection can make a big difference. 9. Focus on your character. Alright, let's talk about character. The Stoic belly, developing a strong virtuous character, was the key to a good life. They focused on cultivating wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control. Now you might be wondering, what does this have to do with my energy? Well, a lot actually. When you focus on building your character, you're less likely to get caught up in energy-draining behaviors like seeking approval from others or getting upset over things you can't control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This is about focusing on your own actions and character rather than worrying about others or external circumstances. Let's see how this plays out in real life. Meet Alex, a marketing executive who often found himself drained by office politics and the constant need to impress others. Inspired by Stoic teachings, Alex decided to shift his focus from pleasing others to developing his character. He set intentions to act with integrity, even when no one is watching, treat others with kindness and respect regardless of their position, face challenges with courage rather than complaining. As Alex focused on these character traits, he found that he worried less about what others thought of him. He made decisions based on his values rather than trying to please everyone, and surprisingly, people started to respect him more for his authenticity and integrity. The result: Alex felt more energized at work because he wasn't wasting energy on trying to be someone he wasn't. Here's a challenge: choose one character trait you want to develop: patience, courage, or kindness. Focus on embodying that trait for a week and see how it affects your energy levels. 10. Memento mori. Remember, you will die. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Remembering I'm going to die doesn't sound very uplifting, but stick with me here because this Stoic practice is incredibly powerful for managing your energy and living a fulfilling life. Memento mori is a Latin phrase that means remember that you will die. The Stoics used this as a reminder to make the most of their time and to focus on what truly matters. Seneca wrote, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day." The one who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time. This isn't about being morbid, it's about using the awareness of our mortality as motivation to live fully and focus our energy on what's truly important. Let's look at how this worked for Sarah, a 30-year-old stuck in a job she hated but was too Afraid to leave, Sarah was constantly drained, pouring her energy into work that didn't fulfill her. After learning about memento mori, Sarah started asking herself, if this was my last year of life, would I spend it this way? The answer was a clear no. This realization gave her the courage to quit her job and start the business she'd always dreamed of. Was it scary? Absolutely, but Sarah found that aligning her life with her true passions gave her more energy than ever. Here's a memento mori exercise for you. Write your obituary. What would you want it to say? What kind of life would you like to have lived? Use this as a guide to focus your energy on what truly matters to you. And there you have it, Stoic Squad. We've covered 10 powerful Stoic tips for managing energy and living more fulfilling lives. Let's do a quick recap. 1. Practice negative visualization. 2. Develop a morning routine. 3. Use the dichotomy of control. 4. Cultivate mindfulness. 5. Embrace discomfort. 6. Practice gratitude. 7. Live with intention. 8. Reflect on your day. 9. Focus on your character. 10. Remember your mortality. Memento mori. These aren't just philosophical ideas, they're practical tools you can use daily to reclaim energy and live your best life. The Stoics may have lived thousands of years ago, but their wisdom is timeless. Remember, managing your energy isn't about never feeling tired or stressed, it's about using your energy wisely, focusing on what truly matters and building the resilience to handle whatever life throws your way. So which of these tips resonated with you the most? Which one will you try first? Drop a comment below and let me know. And hey, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want more Stoic wisdom for modern life. Until next time, stay Stoic, my friends.